In order to gain a scope of the impact that IT is having on today's society, I'll be investigating two different domains and how two different technological trends is affecting them. Smartphones are an extremely popular trend in IT that initiated in 2007 when the Apple iPhone was introduced to the world with a bang. It was then that a new classification of phone was introduced, coined the smartphone. A smartphone is essentially a small handheld computer which doubles as a phone. Smartphones have much more advanced underlying hardware than traditional phones, which has enabled them to run complex multitasking applications, amongst other operations. Tourism was one of the first domains in society to embrace IT, and now this industry is completely reliant on it, and it is crucial to its success. Almost all mobile users have smartphones, and the impact that these are having on tourism, especially in terms of the non-IT professionals, is a big one. Smartphones have brought with them a wealth of tools and services for travellers. There are applications designed to assist travellers in countless ways. For example, providing recommendations based on the location of a traveller, providing enhanced directions or viewing experiences using augmented reality, making bookings during travel rather than in advance, sharing via social networking apps, and lastly, using NFC to make transactions or check in via one's smartphone. Clearly, smartphones are starting to revolutionise travelling by enhancing the overall experience. But how is this going to impact the IT professionals? The main impacts are going to be on the software developers. As with smartphones came a new sophisticated platform for which they can develop applications, as well as easily market and distribute them. Already there are thousands of applications available dedicated to this very purpose of tourism. Additionally, if tourism companies don't offer some sort of smartphone app or optimize their website for smartphones, they will be left behind in this always connected society. Smartphones are just a few years old, and in this time there has been astonishingly significant technological advances. Therefore, the future of the smartphone trend, especially in the tourism domain, is an exciting one. The future will see smartphones becoming lighter and smaller, but at the same time more powerful. Also, augmented reality will be used to a greater extent for more complex uses. Lastly, NFC technologies will be widespread, enabling an extremely easy payment method while travelling. In the last few years, there has been a trend in IT that people just can't stop talking about, and that is the cloud, an online platform with various uses. Traditionally, the cloud has been popular for its potential to outsource infrastructure. However, the outsourcing of software, or software as a service, is starting to have a significant impact also, especially in terms of a business environment. Traditional methods of acquiring software involved purchasing a perpetual license from a vendor, followed by individual installation on each machine that required the software. This method also meant that a business must maintain the software by downloading updates periodically, as well as maintaining the necessary hardware and technical infrastructure. In comparison, software as a service is a much more flexible and convenient method, one that simply requires a business to sign up for a desired application, which is then hosted by the developer of the software or a third-party vendor. The host of the software then takes care of all maintenance that traditionally fell upon the shoulders of the business and their IT staff. It's when it comes to the deployment of large-scale business-critical software systems, such as CRM, that the impact of software as a service method is quite clear. Deployment of such applications has traditionally been a major undertaking, both in upfront costs as well as the staff that are required. Software such as this, that require so much setup and cost, are now no longer out of reach for small businesses. A software as a service subscription can therefore provide an economically sustainable and secure option for a business model. Not to mention that software subscriptions are up to 30% cheaper than a perpetual version. Software as a service is not only affecting users greatly, but it is also impacting the people behind the scenes too. By introducing this platform into an enterprise, it is going to cause a fundamental shift in the IT department's role as a provider of information services. In a software as a service dominated world, IT professionals will be needed by both the businesses who subscribe to software as a service, as well as the providers. The roles of the IT professionals will be affected as follows. Threaten the positions of traditional software developers, reduce demand for traditional software engineers, increase demand for software engineers with experience in designing and developing complex multi-tenantive applications suitable for software as a service delivery, increase demand for system integrators, and lastly, increase the level of specialization of a business analyst. The future of this IT trend is an exciting one for businesses. With the NBN on the way, internet speeds are set to increase significantly, meaning more reliable access to software as a service. As businesses grow increasingly comfortable with this concept, new waves of applications that are more critical to businesses will emerge. Currently, small businesses are the ones primarily embracing software as a service. However, in the future, large enterprises will be utilizing this platform primarily. And that's it.